You're no stranger to saving. I mean, you've mastered the clearance rack like a pro, packed more lunches than a school cafeteria, and crafted streaming service lineup that feels like highway robbery, but the good kind. And bravo, gold star for you. But here's the thing. Some common money wasters might still be slipping by completely unnoticed. They're sneaky little devils hiding in plain sight and quietly nibbling away at your hard-earned cash. Now, spotting them could free up some serious moolah for better things, like finally funding that dream vacation or treating yourself to guilt-free coffee runs. Hey everybody, welcome to Thrifty Budgeting. On this channel, we teach you ways to save money so you can still live the life that you want. So today, we're covering some of the most common money-wasting tactics that you might unknowingly be falling for. So think of this as your thrifty wake-up call. These small shifts can really add up and make a big difference in your budget. So please be sure and stick around until the end because trust me, you don't want to miss out on any of these tips that we have coming up. Let's jump right in. Now starting off with bigger isn't always better. Buying in bulk can feel like scoring the savings jackpot. I get it. But here's the deal. It's not always the golden ticket it's cracked up to be. I mean, sure, it's a savvy move for pantry staples like your rice, pasta, and that glorious mountain of toilet paper that practically screams prepared for anything. But when it comes to perishables or the once-in-a-blue-moon items, buying in bulk can backfire faster than week-old lettuce wilting in your fridge, which is pretty gross. Stockpiling 10 pounds of yogurt or an industrial-sized can of soup might seem thrifty at first, but if half of it ends up in the trash or lurking in the back of your pantry like a forgotten relic, then those savings disappear quicker than you can say, "What a waste." Instead, think about what you'll realistically use before it spoils or becomes the star of your pantry museum. I mean, plan your meals around what you're buying and stick to snacks that your family actually loves and not the maybe someday items that tend to become the forgotten food fossils. So take back your power, people. Shopping with a plan and a purpose, and yes, an actual list, ensures that your hard-earned dollars goes towards the things that you'll truly use and enjoy, not a bulk regret spree. And while we're talking about taking control, next, you might want to rethink it. So let's talk about car insurance. I know it's not the most thrilling expense in your budget, but here's your wake-up call. You could be losing out on serious savings each year. Like, we're talking hundreds of dollars depending on how many vehicles you have. That's a big chunk of money better spent on something more meaningful. The good news, you're not stuck with your current policy forever. A little comparison shopping could unearth better coverage at a lower price. It's like finding forgotten cash in your winter coat pocket, but way better because it keeps showing up month after month after month. Switching to a better deal is simpler than you think, and the extra money that you save, well, that's yours to keep guilt-free. And speaking of things that are weighing you down, you may want to break up. So what are we talking about? Your credit card interest. Seriously, if you're drowning in sky-high interest rates, it's time to call it quits and swipe left on that financial stress. So picture this, hitting the pause on those relentless rates for a glorious 18 months. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But it's not. It's the magic of a balance transfer to a no-interest card. And they are out there. You just have to do a bit of searching and apply. Now, think of a balance transfer like hitting the reset button on your finances, because it totally is. Instead of watching your payments disappear into the black hole of interest charges, you'll see every dollar you pay chipping away at your balance. And the result? Potentially saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars and leveling up to the debt freedom bracket. It's the break your budget didn't even know it needed, but it'll thank you for it later. Now, after the breakup, you want to be sure and avoid derailment and devastation. Free trials. Oh, how they are the sirens of the budgeting seas, luring you in with the promises of totally free and then sinking your finances faster than you can say auto renew. They start out great. I mean, who doesn't love free? But when you forget to cancel and then suddenly you're paying for a meditation app that you haven't opened up in months or a streaming service you didn't even know you subscribed to, ouch. And those subscription boxes, they used to deliver joy, but if they have morphed into a monthly delivery of guilt and clutter, it's time to bid them adieu. Same thing goes for that gym membership. I mean, if the closest thing you've come to a workout lately is wrestling the lid off a pickle jar, it's not earning its keep. These sneaky little recurring costs might not seem like much, but they add up faster than you think. So reassess, trim the fat, and then watch your budget breathe a sigh of relief. Cutting out that dead weight can really feel like you're giving yourself an unexpected raise at the end of the month. Next, it's important that you acknowledge your addictions. Let's face it, shopping can feel like an escape sometimes. There's just something about filling up that cart, real or virtual, that gives you a sense of satisfaction. But here's the thing, you can still enjoy shopping without falling into the trap of one of those common money wasters. Do you think that name brands are always the gold standard? And if you do, think again. Store brands have quietly upped their game, often matching or even beating the quality of their pricier rivals. And if you'll look, you'll notice they have everything from pantry staples to cleaning supplies. These budget-friendly alternatives deliver the goods without that premium price tag. Now here's a fun idea. Gather your family or friends for a blind taste test, comparing name brands to store brands. You can turn it into a game and rate each item to see which ones truly stand out or don't. Now you might be surprised at how often the store brands come out on top. And then ask yourself, is it really worth paying the extra for the name? Probably not. And as a bonus, this little experiment just might help you break free from the name brand habit for good. It might seem like a small step, but those savings really add up fast, and before you know it, you'll have extra cash hanging out in your pocket, and all without sacrificing quality. It's like discovering that you've been overpaying for the same movie on 2 streaming services. And once you see the light, there's no going back. Now, after you've mastered those buying habits, you'll be ready to hunt and scroll. That's right. Before you hit that oh so tempting buy now button, you know, the one practically shouting your name like an old friend, yeah, take a quick detour into the world of discounts and coupon codes. A minute or two of searching could uncover a hidden promo deal that slices a satisfying chunk off your total. I mean, it's like finding extra cash in your jeans pocket. Unexpected, glorious, and instantly mood boosting. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a little bonus for their budget? That tiny bit of effort can make a big difference in keeping your finances on track. Plus, there's an undeniable thrill in scoring a deal. I mean, it's like cracking a secret code and treating yourself to an extra win. Remember, every dollar saved is a step closer to your financial goals, so why not make the most of it? A little hunting and scrolling can go a long way. Next, keep an eye out and try not to get lured into buying things that are often unnecessary. Extended warranties are usually unnecessary. They may seem like a safety net, but they often don't cover what you need, or they end up costing more than they're worth. While the promise of extra protection is tempting, many items are already covered by the manufacturer warranties or your credit card's purchase protection. Plus, fine print of extended warranties is often riddled with exclusions that leave you footing the bill for repairs anyway. Not to mention, most products don't even break within the extended coverage period, making it money spent on a what-if scenario that rarely pans out. So instead of splurging on these add-ons, consider building a small emergency fund for unexpected repairs. If you do this, you'll end up saving money and avoid the hassle of jumping through those warranty hoops. Now, next up, think twice before you buy, because chances are it's not worth it. That's right. Those impulse buys love to masquerade as steals too good to pass up. But let's be real. How many times has that so-called amazing deal turned into clutter in your closet, or a gadget that's been sitting unused looking like it's part of a museum exhibit? Sales are sneaky that way, coaxing you into thinking that you're actually saving money when you're really just spending it on stuff you barely glance at if it weren't half off. So the next time a 50% off tag tries to lure you in, hit pause and ask yourself, would I really want this if it weren't on sale? And if your answer is no, that's when you walk away. That's right, turn around and march out of there like you're dodging a bad decision. I mean, no discount is worth buying something you truly don't need. In fact, saying no to those unnecessary purchases ends up strengthening your budget muscles and keeps your financial goals in focus. And speaking of staying on track, let's talk about those sneaky budgeting blind spots that could be throwing you off course. Tracking your spending is like taking off a blindfold before driving, because you'll finally see where you're headed. Without this, your money can disappear faster than a plate of cookies at a kid's birthday party, leaving you scratching your head wondering where the heck it all went. So by keeping tabs on every dollar, you'll start to uncover your patterns. I mean, you'll notice things if you have a takeout habit. Do you eat out all the time? Yeah. 3 times in a week? It's hurting my budget. Or you also notice that maybe you have online shopping habits that maybe seemed harmless at the time, but end up costing you hundreds of dollars that month. This awareness is the first step toward smarter choices, cutting out unnecessary expenses and building a savings account that doesn't just survive, it thrives. Now, to stay a step ahead in the tracking game, you need to play the comparison game. Taking the extra step to compare prices can turn a good deal into a fantastic one. And it's never been easier thanks to today's tools. So if you skip this step, it's pretty much like grabbing the first thing you see on a menu when you're starving. I mean, sure, it's quick, but it's probably not going to be the best choice for your wallet or your plans. So a quick check of multiple stores or websites before you hit that buy button can uncover significant savings that you'd otherwise miss. Also, cutting out habits where convenience takes the wheel frees up cash that can fuel your goals, whether it's paying off debt, building a dream fund, or simply creating a little financial breathing room. I mean, with all those dollars in your pocket, the real question is, how will you put them to work for your future? Be sure, drop down in the comments and let us know, because we are very interested in hearing. And there you have it, some thrifty budgeting tips to help you steer clear of the most common money wasters. Tackle them head on and watch your savings grow. And hey, if you've got a topic on thrifty budgeting that you would like for us to cover in a future video, please be sure and drop it down in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas. And if you're not already, we'd love for you to become a part of our thrifty budgeting family. So please be sure and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any videos on thrifty budgeting. So let's connect and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.